Robert here. Okay, we need to have a talk about portfolios and the amount of portfolios that I come across which are simply not cutting it. And really, some of these points I want to share today with you are such quick wins. It's like a no-brainer to not do it, and it's going to up your chances to get noticed or hired or find clients so much better. So let's dive into it. I think what most people or many people don't realize is that the first 2 seconds when they open up your portfolio, be it ArtStation or a website, that those first 2 seconds is crucial. That first impression is crucial. And I'm not saying the individual art pieces themselves are not important, because it is. But those first 2 seconds is possibly more important than those individual art pieces. And what I mean with that is, I just see a lot of portfolios where people did not put in the effort to think about how they come across. What is the overall brand? What is the overall impression here? And if you don't know what a brand is or what that means, brand or branding is really about the impression or feeling somebody has when they interact with you, in this case, or a product. And when they walk away from that experience, what is the impression that they walk away with? Now, especially with portfolios where hiring agents or people that are looking to hire artists, they probably will go through like 50 different portfolios. They're not going to spend like minutes on every portfolio. So again, those first 2 seconds are crucial. So you need to think about that. And this is really done on your homepage, like on that portfolio grid itself. So think about your logo, or if you don't want a logo or don't have one, think about the typeface of your name. So if you use your name, like what font is it in? Or the design elements around it. If you have like your website address there, what font is that? Or how is that designed? Your avatar, maybe, let's say on ArtStation. Why is it the way it is? Did you think about that? Does it match your brand and who you are? The same with the thumbnails of your work. Are the thumbnails designed so it has purpose? Maybe think about color palettes for your brand or house style. Or maybe you have like little design elements. For example, we at Mesh Masters, we have three main colors, a purple, yellow, and a sort of neon green. And then there are all these little triangles scattered around around the website and the art style. And that fits the direction we're trying to go into with the brand, right? So again, think about the first 2 seconds and the impression people get there, and branding. Design the way you come across with purpose. Another one is, and this has been said a million times already in the community, but your weakest work is really the work that you're judged on. So if on your portfolio you might have 5 amazing pieces, but if one of them or a sixth one is weaker, that's the one you're going to be judged on. So get rid of it. And if that means you need to cut your portfolio in half, that's still better. It's already quite tough to get noticed in the world. Like, why would you shoot yourself in the foot by keeping weak work? So get rid of weak work, because, like I said, it's really what you're judged on. And when people are judging who you are through your work, what they're really looking for is, of course, can you create amazing work? But they're really looking for, how professional are you? Can they trust you in a production environment? Or if you're like freelancing, can they trust you by giving you like 5,000 euros to do a task? Will they get that value back? And that weakest work is kind of breaking that trust. So get rid of it. Another point I often see is the way the work itself is presented. So your character or scene or prop, whatever it is, it's just not really presented that well. It might be a good piece, but it's almost like sometimes people drop the ball at the end where they are not putting time into like rendering, lighting, positioning, camera composition, backgrounds. It's very common to just see like an asset stand in like a flat black background. So again, the presentation, which is part of the branding experience, is super important. Make sure you spend the time to really present your work well. And if that means you got to learn lighting, in the end, you're a 3D artist, right? Lighting is part of it. So spend the time to present your work very well. That includes the thumbnails, which comes back to the first point. Those first 2 seconds and the thumbnails and the way you present your work on the thumbnails is crucial and probably more important than the work itself. Another point is people not showing breakdowns or the process. So if you created a really cool looking character, or let's take an environment, that's cool. I mean, it's gonna draw attention. It's cool. But from somebody who is hiring, like I said earlier, what are you looking for? You're looking for, can somebody create high quality work? Okay, cool. Apparently it looks good, right? So they can. But if I hire them and I throw them in the team or in the production environment, are they able to design? Like, are they able to do the technical part well? When they deliver work, do I need to send it back 10 times because things are broken or I need to do iterations? Um, UVs are incorrect, topology is not that clean. And this is best shown through the breakdown. And really what the breakdown does, it gives trust. So without that breakdown, I'm kind of guessing. Like, can I hire this person? Can he do the nuances and all the details well? I don't know. And the breakdown can remedy this. It's going to build trust and not only show the technical side like UVs or texture maps or normal maps, whatever, but also show the pre-production. So how did you design this element? Why did you choose these colors or these shapes? Um, why did you choose that lighting, for example? So that sort of design artistic part is just as important and breaking that down or showing it as is the technical part. So again, it's like a no-brainer. Why not do this? The work is already there. It's not that difficult to spend maybe a half a day or a day to create this extra part to your work to heighten up your chances again to get hired or to get clients. Which then brings me to the last point, which is really about, do you or does your portfolio and work show that you really understand art and design? In the past, so when I started in this career or direction, there actually were like two names for 3D artists. You had like the 3D artist and you had the 3D modeler. These days, everybody's calling themselves the 3D artist. The 3D modeler term kind of got lost. But obviously, you can already guess what the difference is. A 3D modeler is somebody who can just model, they can execute, they can build. And that's cool, that's valuable. And especially for big companies where there's, I don't know, 500 people working there, that is a specific role. Your task is just to model, to produce. But for smaller studios, or in my opinion, when you call yourself a 3D artist, you are an artist. So can you design? Can you do art? Do you understand what it means to be creative? Do you understand when you choose a certain shape or color, or let's say lighting, or you texture it in a certain way that it changes the impression a viewer has of your piece? Especially like, for example, I'm very big on environments. I really like environments. And Usually in games, environments have, I would say, two major design components to them. One is it needs to lead a person from A to B, or they need to look at something. So does the environment and the way it's designed, does it, yeah, carry that person or their eyes in the direction that is needed? And the other one is there storytelling in the environment? So um, if you walk into a bar or your environment is a bar, does it tell the story of or the history of the bar? Does it does it convey mood? Uh, like why is the piano in that corner and why are the chairs and tables positioned in a certain way? Um, why are the stairs to the left? Like what is there's a reason behind everything, right? Um, so yeah, do you understand that? Can you design and do you understand art? And it doesn't mean you have to become a concept artist because their specific role is to figure this out. But if you're not able to do this at all, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like a limit, and this element should come through your portfolio. So again, this is about those breakdowns. Show why you chose to position a thing there. Show why you chose to give this character very thick armor instead of thin armor. Um, Same with vehicles. Like, why are the wheels in a certain way or the windshield in a certain way? Like, convey that in your work so people really can see that you're a strong artist. So that was the final piece. I hope it helps. As I mentioned before, we are adding a new pillar to Mesh Masters and our company where we're really trying to help artists like yourself improve, especially also in the more creative professional side of things. So finding clients, getting hired, upping your portfolio. So if there's anything here where you're struggling with or you're looking for some help, make sure you reach out to us or leave some comments behind and we'll see what we can do.